government, operating on its awful deficit model for education in this crisis, has put in its 1 billion for catch-up, and then the 250 million for the private tutoring. And this just feels like yet another initiative cooked up by people who have little understanding of how children learn best and of how the state education system works. Instead, it feels like something to get children through the statutory tests on which so much of our education policy is based, and which government seems determined to cling on to in this year of all years. That money and more would be better offered to schools so that they can give our children the broad, balanced education we parents want our children to have. And instead, we see a government fixated with piling on the pressure, with private tutoring, with children made to sit even more statutory tests than normal, including the extra phonics check for year 2s this autumn, taking hundreds of hours away from valuable teaching time that could be used to bridge learning gaps. And all this pressure harms schools and children from deprived communities who are already being hit hardest by the funding crisis, already being hit hardest by COVID more than anyone else. It's a miracle that schools and head teachers are coping as well as they are, but a robust education system cannot run on miracles. It needs well thought out policy that puts children at its heart and is developed hand in hand with the profession. And of course, it needs proper funding. Proper funding and positive policy change will help schools reignite love of learning in our children. It'll mitigate against the decline in the mental health of our young. It will offer them a future-facing curriculum that sees beyond the pandemic to address key issues that so many of us care about, such as race, climate, equality. We'd like to see funding that does not buy into the deficit model of catch-up private tutoring, that does not waste resource on statutory testing, and that instead entrusts teachers and head teachers to do what they do best, helping all our children reach their potential. Thank you.